down, you did something that changes everything. You integrated it. You looked at your anger and said, "You're not my enemy, you're my protection." You looked at your boundaries and said, "You're not mean, you're necessary." You looked at your capacity to cut people off and said, "You're not cold, you're wise." Jung called this integration individuation, becoming whole by accepting all parts of yourself, even the parts society told you to hide. And here's what makes this process so powerful and so terrifying to certain people. Once you integrate your shadow, you become psychologically complete. You're no longer operating from just your light side. Empaths aren't broken, they're alchemists in progress. The Alchemist's Path gives you drills, Jung-based boundaries, and 3 exclusive chapter videos to turn overwhelm into clarity. By Surreal Mind, 236-page downloadable ebook, in stock. Begin now at thesurrealmind.com. Trying to be good enough for people who will never appreciate you. You're operating from your whole self, light and dark, soft and sharp, kind and unmovable. The version of you that's coming back isn't trying to prove anything. That's what makes it so powerful. The old you would have written paragraphs explaining yourself. The new you doesn't explain. The old you would have apologized for things you didn't do wrong. The new you doesn't apologize for existing. The old you needed people to understand your perspective. The new you doesn't need anyone's understanding or approval. And this is precisely why your comeback will terrify everyone who only knew the wounded you. They built their entire relationship with you on your willingness to shrink. They got comfortable with a version of you that absorbed their toxicity without reflection. They weaponized your empathy. They exploited your forgiveness. They mistook your patience for permission to treat you however they wanted. But now when they look at you, something's different. They can't quite name it, but they feel it. You're not reactive anymore, which unsettles them because they were counting on your reactions. You're not explaining yourself anymore, which frustrates them because they were counting on you defending yourself while they attacked. You're not chasing their approval anymore, which terrifies them because your need for their approval was their power over you. Jung documented this phenomenon extensively. He noticed that when someone individuates, when they become psychologically whole, they emit a different energy. It's not aggressive, it's not mean, it's just solid, unmovable. There's no cracks for manipulation to slip through anymore. There's no buttons to push because you disconnected them all. And to people who only knew how to relate to you through control, through guilt, through manipulation, this new version of you feels like a stranger they can't control, and that's what terrifies them. Let me tell you exactly what they're experiencing when they see the new you, even if they can't articulate it. They're experiencing what Jung called the mirror effect. For years, you absorbed their toxicity. You were like a sponge, soaking up their bad behavior, their projections, their dysfunction. They could be cruel to you, and you'd come back asking what you did wrong. They could betray you, and you'd forgive them before they even apologized. They could ignore your needs, and you'd convince yourself your needs weren't important. But when you integrated your shadow, when you became whole, you stopped being a sponge. You became a mirror. Now when they project their toxicity at you, it doesn't absorb into you, it reflects back at them. When they try to manipulate you, they see their manipulation attempt clearly reflected back in your calm refusal to engage. When they try to guilt you, they see their own guilt-tripping tactics exposed in your silence. When they try to gaslight you, they see their own lies revealed in your unwillingness to doubt yourself anymore. This is psychologically devastating for them because most manipulative people operate in unconsciousness. They don't think about what they're doing. They just do it automatically. But when you become a mirror, you force them to see their own behavior clearly, and most of them can't handle what they see. So they do what Jung predicted they would do. They escalate. They try harder to get the old you